Hi guys, it's your girl Candi G and you're locked on to episode 3 of Level Up with Candi G. And today's guest is Sham Mahabir, restaurateur, entrepreneur, owner of Limin Club down at Gabriel's Wharf at the South Bank. So stay locked and don't forget to subscribe and join the tribe. Follow me and let's do this.
The car is just that things in what's in.
Oh, maybe again. I should look into that.
Hi guys, you're locked on to Level Up with Candi G, episode 3. I'm your host, Candi G, and today's guest is Sham Mahabir.
That's right.
Restaurant owner of Limin Club down at South Bank. Hi Sham, how are you today?
Oh, I'm very good. It's a bit wet, but apart from that, I'm happy here.
That's brilliant. So just to start off, can you just give us a bit about your story, how you started? Because you started Spitalfields Market.
That's right,
correct?
yes.
With a pop-up.
Yes.
And now you've got a restaurant on the Wharf. So give us a bit about your story from how you started, how you became an entrepreneur.
Well, my story, I guess, it's just one of these things. I guess it wasn't meant to be what it became. I was working for an Indian food restaurant brand. I sort of helped him with his social media and online platform. And while we were having a meeting at one of the sites, Spitalfields Market, he basically said to him, "Why don't you run the bar for us for 10 weeks?" This was in 2018, and he said, "Oh, Sham will do it." I say yes to everything, right? Because if you don't say yes, you literally say, you close yourself off. And so the whole idea was that let's do a bar. So my first thing was cheese and wine. It didn't seem right. It was boring. And then it was, let's do tapas. I was thinking everything I like, right? Because I was very selfish. And then someone said to me, "Why don't you do rum as the next big spirit?" And a light bulb went out. And I said, if I'm doing rum, I'm doing Trinidad food. Because for me, Trinidadian, I've never been able to find Trinidadian food that I like, as I grew up eating it. And I think that's been echoed by many other Trinidadians also. So there it was. Limin, my partner named the bar Limin, and Limin was born. And we opened in October 2018.
Okay, that's amazing. So, you mentioned that you had the pop-up. So tell us a bit about the pop-up that you was doing before you went on to...
Here.
Yeah.
So that was, it was really and truly, it was, I guess it was a kind of it was done basically because it was an opportunity and it was 10 weeks of having fun. This was never meant to be what it became. That was meant to be, let's have fun, it's Christmas time through the Feast Market, we eat, we drink, we have a good time, we play soca and parang and all those kind of Trinidad thing you do. And then, I go back to my job, I took a 10-week off.
It's better.
Yes. I mean, it's quite a location. And I think when we opened it, people were like, how did it? Well, obviously, I didn't move in a Caribbean or Trinidadian food circle, so no one knew who I was. We opened up, and very quickly we became number 2 TripAdvisor in the whole of London. London Eater hailed us as one of the newest cuisine to hit to London. So it was just supposed to be fun.
So, in your experience, you'd say pop-ups are definitely worth it.
100%. 100%. I mean, it's a cheaper way to actually do something. Now, remember, I didn't plan to end up where I am now. But if you are a food person and you actually want to actually create a brand and you think your product is unique and different, and you can do it well, by all means. I think my advice to anyone who actually thinks they want to do something with food is just do it well. There's so much rubbish on the market, so much people trying to pass things off. And I mean, food and drink, do it properly and customers will come to you.
Okay. So marketing-wise, how would you say you executed your marketing?
Word of mouth. Even up to today, we have spent 0 on marketing. We have someone who does social media for us, and she basically volunteers. We basically, everything, all the press, the PR, everything we have has been word of mouth. People knew someone who knows someone, and they came to us. The articles, whether it be in Trinidad or in New York, or in Canada, or everywhere, it has been word of mouth. It's the best form of marketing, and especially when you're new and trying to start out. I mean, we haven't got a budget. to spend on marketing. Yes, we may get some flyers down or we buy, or some stickers or whatever, but that is pretty much it.
Okay. And would you say is your values of being a leader?
A leader, wow. I guess for me, it's.
Or would you class yourself as a manager? Do you see yourself as a leader or a manager?
No, I wouldn't say I manage anyone. I think I trust everyone to do their job and they manage themselves. I think, I think gone are the days where we have to actually ask someone what they're doing. I think, if you have a job to do, whether it be make a cocktail or create a dish or so whatever it may be, just you do that. I'm not going to be there literally, asking you how's it coming along. That's your task. We're in this business together. We're showcasing something that has not been done before, not only in the UK, but anywhere else in the world. This is the first Trinidadian restaurant there is that does what we do. There are pop-up kind of places or restaurant kind of places where you can take out, but to have a place with the atmosphere and the vibe and the music and a real homage to Trinidad, it has not been done before. So we're working to do something together. Let's work together. Rather than I am the boss and you are this member of staff.
Okay. And what motivates you as an entrepreneur?
I guess it's just doing it right, seeing people's satisfaction, really. I think very early on, I remember this, and I tell this story all the time because a woman in her, I think, 80s now, she came into Limin very, very early on. And she looked around in amazement of what we had done. I took her hand and I showed her around. And she said to me, "Thank you for doing this. And 60 years in this country, and I finally feel comfortable." But that's just one story. We've had the stories of people who are our age who bring their kids and say that how this is our culture, this is what I grew up with. We have people who work in the city, when I to the fish market, bringing their colleagues and showing their culture. They can come to a bar finally that actually looks good, that actually has great food, that actually is in a wonderful location. No longer they have to go to All Bar One to actually have a drink. They can come to here now and enjoy my culture. So it was recognizing that what we have done was there was a need for it. And there is a need for it. There's a need for more of it.
Yeah.
And that's what drives me. What drives me is make sure that how we do it properly. We stay true to our culture. And we make sure that how people leave having the most amazing experience.
And how do you feel that you've stayed true to your culture whilst doing your business?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah. I mean, everyone. If you look at most other sort of cuisine who actually comes into the UK or to London, they say very true. I learned to cook from a very young age. I probably was about 13. And the flavor still tastes the same.
You're from Trinidad.
I am from Trinidad, yes.
Okay.
But my mom went to America when I was actually quite young. She did what a lot of parents did or mothers did. She worked, she left, she went to work, so we can have a better life. So she sacrificed a lot. I think it's paid off now. So I learned from a very young age, and what true to flavor is basically how it's done at home. You go to a Thai restaurant, it is how it is done at home. I'm not talking about a commercial one. I mean, those really small, nice, quaint ones. Do it as it's meant to be done. I don't water down the flavor. If I'm seasoning chicken or whatever it is, it is done the same way as I do it back home, whether it's £1 or £20. It is staying true to form. However, I will say I'm very, very keen on being creative with food.
Okay.
And so, like for arguments, one dish in particular I'm proud of. We do a lot of curry goat.
Okay.
Right? But I was like, I'm going to be tired of seeing the same thing just presented on the plate. So I wanted to actually elevate the dish and the offering. So we created a curry goat shank.
Okay.
Yes. Nice. So we all know the lamb shank. So marinated, cooked, and then presented just really well. A lovely piece of meat, soft to the touch and full of flavour.
Brilliant. Okay, so what kind of barriers have you encountered in your entrepreneurial journey or whilst going into your entrepreneurial journey?
It's a tough one. I think you'll always, you'll always meet barriers with people. Mm-hmm. Some people will expect things, my cousin do better than this, or my auntie, or my mother, and I'm sure they do. But this is how we do it. And I think it's for people to actually really appreciate that, we will always do it to help what I know. I'm not a chef. I didn't cook in here, the Trinidadian food. But I know what tastes good. I know what we grew up with. And like I say, we've had that. But apart from that barrier, I have been very lucky. People buy into people. I have a personality, I think that actually people sort of think, I can trust you with this. But equally, I always deliver. There's nothing that I have done I haven't said I would do and didn't do it. So I think that has actually been one of my greatest assets.
So you mentioned that you do the cooking
I do.
yourself. So what's your day-to-day like? Because you're the owner and you're cooking, you've got a team to lead. So
okay, so I am one of these people who just need about 4 hours sleep, right? I have bucket loads of energy and I still don't know how I get it. But I actually do. I get it because I know what I do, people appreciate it. And so for me, I just want to do it. So, my day will be, I wake up this morning, I woke up at 4 o'clock. We are planning a Christmas menu and how we actually execute that to take it not only to Scotland and to Brighton, not to up and down the country, but also to France. So, I'm actually looking at logistics. We also have our own realm. So I'm working how to get Christmas boxes out to customers, cocktail boxes. But my day is I would come in, this morning I cooked it, I started to make doubles, so China for doubles, need the flour. And things just happen, it comes up, I don't do emails. I just do not do emails. I will read it, but I don't reply to them.
Okay.
I am a WhatsApp kind of person. It's short, it's quick, I get the job done. But it's whatever challenges you basically have on a day. No 2 day is the same. But I do like to walk to work, and I use that time to actually think and actually work problems out in my head.
That's brilliant. And you just mentioned the word challenges. So your Limin opens around July, if I'm correct?
Yes, that's right.
That's when the whole pandemic, the whole COVID came out. So could you explain to us how you rise to the challenge of still opening and going forward with your business plans to open up the shop in that?
Well, actually, I'll go a little bit back. I think what happened was we closed our initial Limin Fish Market back in August 2019. Okay. We found this site in December 2019. It was pretty much almost done and dusted. I went on holiday to South Africa and I came back and I thought, great, I went to Carnival in Trinidad and I came back thinking, okay, fine, everybody to open here. And then COVID-19 happened. Yeah. We were in lockdown. And I used the time in lockdown really, really, really well to actually plan what we do for here. And the vision for here at the time, where we sit right now, this was supposed to be a sort of a very chic dining experience. The bar was supposed to be very much a rum bar, outside sort of a beach deck area and a rainforest theme was the area. As time went on, we recognized that this virus is here for a while. If we do reopen, and the date was the 4th of July, we should have reopened, or the country reopened, we will have sort of restrictions on travel, we can't go away, staycation was being mentioned. So I decided literally 2 weeks before, let's sign the lease, because we haven't signed the lease yet. Let's sign the lease and let's make this into an experience. So all the plans went out the window. We actually made this into a beach bar, a beach club. We got 24 tons of sand shipped in so we can actually create a beach. The whole idea was let's create Ibiza cool with Caribbean warmth. And it was incredible. Because people wanted to go somewhere. Where
did you get the inspiration from?
Oh, I have no idea. I think it was because we couldn't go away. And I wanted to create something for people to actually feel they're still abroad or they are abroad, to still get that lovely cocktail, to still, we were selling pina coladas and pineapple, we had the barbecue outside. You had that feeling, and we had a great summer. So, there were 30 degrees heat at some days, and you were outside thinking, I could be abroad right now. So the inspiration came from not being able to go away. Right now, we have to think not even outside the box. So far outside the box, you can't even see it. Otherwise, you literally find yourself pigeonholed in doing something to to make things work and to carry yourself for a few weeks and months, and that's fine. But we have to actually build a business here. We have to actually show longevity. We can't open up and then think, you know what, we're going to close in a few months' time.
So you've got to think about scaling up. So while we're on the subject of scaling up, as we call leveling up.
Yes.
So would your tip be to other entrepreneurs about how to scale up their business?
Well, I think,
especially in a challenging time.
I think I will answer that question slightly differently. So I think what we need to be looking at, or what people need to be looking at, is different revenue streams of income. I think, we can all look to grow very quickly. And, one can argue, 2 years ago we were a pop-up, and now we're in the South Bank.
Yeah.
But that is, without doubt, an incredible achievement. And not only for myself, it's a team behind us. But actually, I think we just don't only do this. We have our own food festival called Jerk and Beyond, showcasing Caribbean food to people, to Londoners. We launched our own rum, which is actually, called 3 Ways Rum.
And what is the name of your rum?
Yes, it's called 3 Ways Rum, and it's named so because rum is made in 3 different styles: the English, the French, and the Spanish. We have uniquely blended the 3 styles here to create this amazing product. But apart from we also celebrate our doubles, our national dish of Trinidad. We led a campaign called International Doubles Day, showcasing this dish. This year, because of lockdown, it was an online campaign: cook it, eat it, share it.
So that was your online event?
Absolutely,
That's
yes.
Brilliant.
And that worked really well too. Then, just a few weeks ago, we also announced we're having our a mass band for Northern Carnival 2021. Should it go ahead? So we're quite excited about that. And the whole idea with the mass band is, I think, it's really important that people understand this. We have the food, we know it's good. We have the rum and the drinks, we know it's good. We've partnered with GMI, who are, veterans on the road, so they have that experience there. We have our own soca song coming out. We commissioned it from an international artist. So we literally have the full package, and now we can actually show Londoners Carnival. People who wanted to get involved in Carnival but haven't been the day before. The real Carnival. But the full package, the experience. I don't see us as a restaurant or a bar. When someone comes to Limin, this is an experience. It's a Trinidadian experience.
Oh, that's amazing. And you seem like a very confident person. So how would you say you deal with doubt and adversity when making decisions?
Confidence. I think I am confident. I think confidence is earned. Confidence is feeling great about yourself. I only feel great about myself because what I do is good. Because I make people feel good, and that's why I feel good. So, do I get doubt? Of course I do. When I decided to set out to make a rum or to launch a mass band, of course it creates doubt. It's a huge challenge. People take months, if not years, to open a restaurant, to form a festival, to run a mass band, to launch your own rum. And we've done this in 2 years. So yes, there's self-doubt, but I have to talk myself out of it. I have to look at it and say, I know what I'm doing. Trust me on this. But like I say, it's the people around me. I may have the ideas, but it's the people around me who do the work.
Yeah, there's no I in team.
There is absolutely none whatsoever. It's literally a team effort. We did Diwali, right, a few weeks ago, the Festival of Light for Hindus.
Yeah.
We decided, how do Hindus up and down this country celebrate Diwali? Because it's lockdown. If you can't go to friends and family, we got our food shipped from here to Scotland and to Brighton. We had families get, for the first time ever, sharing with your children what a Diwali meal is. So you have to think outside the box. So far outside, you have to be creative.
So explain to us the strategy or like your whole thing that you're doing with the Scotland, the France. What is
so the whole idea, we're trying to take our food as far as possible. We have people, our food is great, but yet we have never crossed over on an international scale like we're doing here. Okay. If like I said before, there's restaurants like Trinidadian, yes, but they are wherever there is a sort of diaspora settled in Brampton, in Canada, where it's not really sort of mainstream. So for me, it's how do we take it mainstream? How do we get the people who live in France to try parasade that they haven't had, or kurma, or these nuts, or whatever it may be, and they haven't had for years? How do we do that? And that's what we're trying now. We're working with companies to actually get it out there.
So, Sham, tell us about growing up in Trinidad and your whole background.
I think growing up in Trinidad, it was a beautiful childhood. That I can never, I just loved it. But I was never academic, right? So I was the kind of person who I failed every exam I wrote in Trinidad. So, I guess my family probably, or some of my family probably saw me as, he's lovely, but he ain't bright. I probably was resigned to be a taxi driver or to work as a labourer. That was my future. Had I stayed in Trinidad, that would have been my future.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, but also equally quite sad because there's so much potential I think we don't see develop in the Caribbean. Now, when I came to the UK, I was able to develop that. But as going back to Trinidad, I remember obviously growing up there playing fun with my friend, my family, obviously enjoying food. But going back to the whole academic side, it was never something and I still am not very good at.
So you didn't let that hold you back in life?
No, I think you can't. I think, we all have some talent. It's finding that talent. Maybe my talent is my personality. Partly it's now cooking. It's now ideas. I definitely see myself as an ideas person now. I don't execute all of them, but as in the team does. But for me, it is how do we actually get something done. But in Trinidad, I didn't have that idea. I didn't have the belief I could actually do it. And is it down to parents or family? But maybe not. But I didn't equally have that belief.
So what was you doing before you got into, you was an entrepreneur before you done this? Because you was in insurance.
Yeah. So
worked in a bank.
So I left Trinidad.
It's a big leap, isn't it?
But it actually kind of worked almost seamless. One can argue my whole life has led me to this point. So I left Trinidad when I was 21. I came over here. I met my partner. I studied. I became student union president. I then represented students, the colleges across the country to the National Union of Students. Started working for bank, Barclays Bank, high street banking. Then I worked in insurance. I studied PR and marketing, and I got a job working for one of the largest insurance brokers in the world. I remember walking through Trinity Square, which is where our office was. It's a beautiful building, now the Four Seasons Hotel. I'm thinking to myself, how did this boy from a village in Trinidad...
And what's the name of your village?
Sandy, called Marriage Hill. I grew up at Marriage Hill, Sandy Gandhi. 1 3/4 mile mark. I will never forget the address. My father built a house he was a labourer, he's a carpenter. He built a house from scratch. It's my childhood memories there. My neighbors, they all still live there. But I remember walking through that building one day thinking, how did I end up here? But I talked my way into stuff. But I also earned it too. I didn't just end up there. You don't end up working for the largest company in the world. No. Yes, I did earn it also. But a lot of it is believing you can do it.
Confidence, that's so key. It's key.
It is. And people, I think, if anyone audience listening and looking at this, I think it's really important for you to actually think, there will be setbacks in life. Of course there will be. You can't not expect it. But you have to dust yourself off and you have to think, I can do it. Okay, if you don't believe it, then guess what? You ain't going to do it. It's as simple as that.
Definitely.
You have to do it. You have to believe it.
Oh, definitely. And you've done a good job. So what's next for you?
What's next? Well, I'm always planning something. I'll announce it here. Just to recap, right? We have Limin. We have International Doubles Day. We have Jerk and Beyond. We have 3 Ways Rum. We are about to launch in the next week or so our own cocktail at home company. So we will deliver cocktail club basically. Deliver cocktails to your house every month. So the first will be a Christmas cocktail. We have a bottle of our rum, a small bottle of our rum, and 6 cocktails for you to share with someone. And then of course we will launch that on a regular monthly basis, going to someone's house. That is another project we're actually been working on in the background. Very excited about it. Like I said earlier, there's so much stuff on the market, but how do we distinguish ourselves? We have a brand, we have a following, but our product is incredible. And we will always keep to the same level.
And what would you say is your USP?
When it comes to the food, of course, it's keeping it real. When it comes to the drinks, it's having an incredible executive liquid chef to actually understand flavor. But both things are about flavors. But the service we actually give to customers, the presentation, the packaging, everything, it's everything in one. It just isn't one thing, it is everything. And I think a lot of people think, if I have a good location, I can do sort of mediocre food. No.
I was going to ask you about that as well, because the location's beautiful, it's nice. I know in the summer it's packed. but at certain times it must be quiet as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I mean, of course.
And it's very niche, like the kind of people you get, that's along here. So how do you manage to get the amount of people, the different variety of people that you actually get in here?
Well, I think it's been an incredible year, a challenging year, but I think that one of the biggest thing we've had, or problem we've had, is people, it's very touristy around here. And look, we are literally 20 steps from the Thames.
Yeah.
That is incredible. We have a massive beach outside. When people walk past and they see it, they were actually naturally drawn in. Our customer base obviously is obviously our people in the Caribbean, you know, and understand the food. But we are now having to educate customers on what a doubles is, and what is Sahina, all that, what is Parasat. We have to now do that. So we have an uphill battle and a challenge. Thankfully, Londoners are quite used to international food, so they're more than happy to actually try something that's different.
What's the speciality dish here at Limin?
We have two. Actually, we have a lot. I think because it's Trinidadian food and it hasn't been done like what we do before, it's a specialty. However, our doubles, which is our unofficial national dish of Trinidad and Tobago, is incredible. It is as if it's back home. But we have just made buttershot roti into a vegan dish.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no butter and ghee in it, but we've actually made it vegan, which is incredible. It's soft, it's light, it travels well. We've had great feedback from it. So very excited about that also. So I will say probably doubles and roti.
Okay. And just to wrap it up, if you was a roti,
yes,
what roti would you be?
Okay, well, so I guess we have many rotis in Trinidad. I guess my favorite roti would be, or used to be dal-free, which actually is like yellow dal sort of stuffed into a dough and then rolled out and then cooked.
Your personality.
My personality. I'm actually quite soft. I'm actually quite sensitive. I don't think many people see that because they don't really know me. But the friends who do know me will actually see that. So in that case, it's going to be buttershot because it's soft and it absorbs a lot of stuff and it's incredibly delicious.
Oh, bless you. So Sham, tell everyone where they can come to enjoy a nice...
Yes, buttershot.
Doubles.
Mm-hmm. Rum punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where can they find you on the social media?
Yeah.
And everything?
So our social media is you can find us on Come Lime With Us on Instagram and Facebook. We are situated currently at Gabriel's Wharf, which is on the South Bank. And you can find us on www.limin.co.uk. That's Limin.
Okay, perfect. And thank you. That was Sham Mahabir down at Limin on the South Bank. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and stay locked for episode 4 of Level Up with Candi G.